On court with the players. First of all, thank you both very much for being here today. Thanks for playing in front of the cameras. Always appreciate that a lot. Thanks for putting yourselves out there. I'll start with just a very general, broad question for both of you. Both can answer it. I'm always just curious. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Like watching your friends or people you know play, and having your own feeling from up in the viewing area.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always curious. How did you guys feel today in general? Timing wise, rhythm wise. Was it a good day, off day? How did you guys both feel?
You go first.
Okay. Definitely started out with some nerves.
Yeah?
No doubt. Yeah, I had to shake that off a little bit in the first set. Started to find my rhythm, but still frustrated with double faults, some of the, weird shots I just missed. Wouldn't ordinarily want to miss those, but found a rhythm kind of later on in the first set and then tried to carry it through and keep it going, so.
Okay.
Scott? Seemed to work. Honestly, I came into this with a real strong sense of trepidation. I know Joey. I haven't never played against him. I never hit with him, and I know what he's capable of. And I thought, I was girding myself for a war. Or I guess I was girding myself for a war or an ass kicking. and fortunately it was the former. But I was nervous, and warming up with him, I was muttering to myself this guy doesn't miss. This guy doesn't miss. He hit, off both wings. He's hitting great shots. He volleys well. He hits good overheads. The serves are problematic. Okay, I got my work cut out for me. That's how I felt going into it. Yeah. And once we started, I was proven correct.
Joey, can you talk a little bit more about what was it like, your experience? I would assume your first time playing a match with a bunch of cameras around and stuff like that. Was it any different from a big, you played some big matches in our regional tournament last year. How would you compare it to that type of
I'd say
environment?
the nerves feel the same. I feel like I caught myself talking to myself a little bit more during this match.
That's good.
Going on mic'd up.
But that's what I told him to. Nice. I said, hey, keep talk.
Kept trying to wipe my sweat and getting the mic right in my mouth.
But nerves-wise, kind of the same.
Yeah, the same high intensity. I know this is gonna be a really tough match. I know who I'm up against, and you can't let your foot off the pedal for a moment, or else you let a couple games slip, and
So knowing that you guys know each other through not only our tennis circles, but also being on the same state league team last year, and we had a lot of success, really fun time. You guys seeing each other play, but never actually play each other, maybe other than just warm-up games or whatever.
Not even. No.
Not even?
I don't think I've ever hit with you.
So.
Wow. You've never hit a ball that he's hit?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow.
I've thrown him a ball. I feel like,
did you guys have specific strategies or patterns that you wanted to expose to, expose their weakness versus your strengths, or vice versa, or anything you wanted to avoid?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I gleaned early on that I wanted to bring him forward. So in the first set, I was hitting a lot of short balls and trying to draw him in, take him out of this, out of his comfort zone swinging. And then I had a couple of good passing shots on him. And I thought, that's a good play.
Yep.
And then you started coming to the net on your own accord, making it tougher for me to do. You started realizing that I was trying to draw you in. You said, well, I'll just, if the door's open, I'm just going to walk in anyway. So I noticed that. That was one thing. I was playing my usual MO. I was going to try and end points quickly, try to get to the net. And that was working, I thought, a lot of the time. I think you got a couple of good passing shots, but that when I came to the net, if I made a good first ball, I felt like I was probably 75-25.
Yeah.
Just in terms of pressing.
Oh, you were everywhere up there. I couldn't.
And that was my game. That and Mark, I'd ask him, so what should I do? And he said, attack his serve, play his forehand. And I think generally that was the right play.
Yeah.
You can hash it out with him about telling trade secrets. But,
That's funny.
What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I think definitely on the same page early on. I felt myself coming forward almost prematurely. I felt like I wasn't quite ready to come forward, and I realized I needed to be a little bit more patient and hang back. And that was kind of the strategy that I think helped me gain a little bit more momentum back.
We had a couple of good long rallies where I felt like, now you got it. Now you figured this out. It's not like, it's just like, wait me out, because you're so good at that. I watched you, sectional is just wait guys out. I know it's hard work, but you do such a good job of it. And I just didn't want to go there. With it. I figured that, regardless of my fitness, it's just a bad idea.
Right. Well, I feel like we have similar strategies even, because usually I do like to, go forward as soon as I can and try to be aggressive and get to the net. I don't love grinding at the baseline, but sometimes it's the strategy.
Really? You don't like grinding from the baseline?
Not as much as closing at the net, no. I'd rather be moving forward.
Okay.
Well, one of the things I said...
I don't know if it's the right strategy, but...
What I said to the camera on the changeovers, at the end of the match, it's like, I'm getting too old for this. You know, I'm like total, you know, Danny Glover, lethal weapon. You know, I'm just like waiting for my toilet to blow up. You know what I mean? Yeah, but like.
The Die Hard?
No,
Or is it Lethal Weapon? Which
Lethal
one?
Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, yeah.
You know Mel
These
Gibson,
young
like,
guys.
I remember seeing that.
yeah, okay, that
you
guy.
know what
that
I'm
guy.
talking about? Yeah, like or Mel Gibson with a mullet. You know?
That's funny.
That, like if you just
Watch it.
you can look it up on YouTube. You can look up. It's a compilation of all the times Danny Glover says that.
I'm
and
getting
it's
too old
like
for this.
he says it like every 5 minutes.
Okay.
You know, that's how I felt. I'm getting too old for this. You know, but I'm not.
So Mark and I definitely could see your, like, you threw in a bunch of sabers and like you were obviously trying to kind of force the issue, get on top of the net in the first set. It felt to us like you kind of took your foot off that gas a little bit in the second. How do you feel about that?
I'm going to attribute that to him. I think that he got geared into that. He figured it out, and his serve really got better in the second set. I thought you started serving like a little bit less power, but more placement on the first serve, and I was like, I think his numbers went up in the second set, and that really kind of kept me from doing that. I think in the
So you mean more first serves?
more first serves. Yeah, that he hit plenty of aces, it seemed like, but it seemed like he was pitching better. He was not just trying to like start the point with his service. I felt like his serve got better in the second set, and like that second to last game where he went ace ace ace. I thought, I mean, that's just in a nutshell. I just don't want to be a statistic. I don't want to have him do 4 aces. I brought it back to deuce, and then at game point. You know, because I think I sabered one of your first serves and got you quick, and the rest of them you got a little bit loose and you gave me second serves. But no, you served a lot better, I think. I mean, or I shouldn't say better. You served a lot smarter in your second set.
Yeah.
And I found myself scratching my head. I mean, my goal was still do what I got to do. You know.
Last question for me. Anything you guys would change, like in hindsight?
Yeah, the score.
Any tactic you wish, now that, oh man, I probably should try X, Y, or Z, or anything in particular you'd like to try different?
Go ahead, you first.
I think I'm going to try to avoid bringing you to the net. You're everywhere up there. It's hard to hit a passer, for sure.
One lob winner, right? That was it?
Maybe one, yeah. But amazing overheads, amazing coverage on down the line passing shots. I just didn't know what to do when you started approaching. So
I was guessing a lot. I think that you tend to play percentages, when it comes to passing shots, and I was just like, okay, I'll play them too.
Yeah.
And
You
I was
read
there.
his passes really well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything you would change?
Honestly, I'm having second thoughts about my string tension. I've been stringing at 38 the last couple of months, and I kind of feel like it requires. I mean, I'm able to like guide balls deep, but I feel like I'm losing a little bit of control there. So I felt like my forehand was kind of a slingshot today, and I couldn't really pull the trigger on it like I wanted to. I couldn't just slap a ball, which I kind of rely on in singles matches. So that I think, I would have. I mean, honestly, I think that maybe I would have tried just going a lot more balls up the middle to you and waiting you out more. I felt like I was going to lose the patience war with you, and in retrospect, I think I was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think that still would have been the case, but I think I was maybe giving you too much respect in that sense. Like, I don't want to get in this grind anymore. Because I was coming in on some shots that I probably shouldn't have come in on because I wanted to pressure you because I didn't want to get in the grind. Yeah. But I mean, let's play again.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't have to play here. Let's just play again sometime. Let me test it out. Test my theories out.
Sounds good.
Any final thoughts from either of you guys?
Yeah, I want to see these two play.
Yeah.
We were saying, it'd probably be a great match.
Yeah, we were talking about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I guess you guys have played before. Yeah. So.
Have you guys,
a couple times.
Have you guys played singles?
Multiple times.
I think
like a year.
I think like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're either up one or we're both even.
We've split like every time though.
Really?
It's like,
Okay, so we're 50-50 then.
we're pretty much.
Yeah, it's a good match.
Nice.
I don't know.
Awesome.
You have a better record than your cousin against me.
Oh really?
Cousin. Who's your cousin?
Christian.
Oh, yeah, I'm guessing he's
really?
never
Oh,
beat
yeah,
you.
nice.
0-7.
Really?
He's had like 6
He's
match
gotta be
points on
so
me.
frustrated.
Oh yeah, he always so.
Sorry, Christian.
He's doing ITF futures right now, or like when he has free time.
Yeah.
He's gotten around in.
Be
but
0-7
never-
against Mark
never beat
Sansay.
me.
It's like, 7th ring.
Love it.
Any final thoughts, guys, before we sign off?
Yes, I want to say that was a fun match. I have a lot of respect for Joey just from being on a team with him, but being across the net from him, I have more respect for him now. He's a quality player. really glad we got this out
Yeah.
and played this match. It was a lot of fun, and even though he's half my age, I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
No, I feel the same. Like so much respect for you on court, and it's just it's all. This would be a fun match to do
Thank you,
over
Joey.
anytime.
Yeah. Well, I want to play you again. I mean, not like in a revenge sense, but just like that was a good match. That was that just like that. That's the kind of match I want to play like
100%.
every week.
Yep.
So let's do it.
All right, well, thanks guys for playing on the court, in front of the cameras. I appreciate it. Mark, thanks for doing commentary. Play your court. Thank you guys for sponsoring the match. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.
John, man,
Awesome.
thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian.
Fun.
Awesome.
Mark.
Mark.
Whew.